Hello students. So in this video I'm going to teach you queue as a editing and realization of a queue. The objectives of this lecture is to know queue operation, to design editing for a queue and to implement queue using. Okay, so we know which are the basic operations on a queue. The operations are create queue, add element in a queue, delete the element from a queue, get front element of the queue, and to check whether queue is empty or not. So these are the basic operations that we implement on a queue. So let's see the abstract for a queue. Okay, so class queue, declare, create, and create is a function. See, this is the one way to write ADT. Okay, there are many ways to write the ADT. This is one way to write a ADT. Okay, what is ADT? ADT is a abstract data type. So in ADT, we just mention which are the functions that can be implemented on a data type. But how to implement that function, that part is hidden, and that's why it is called as abstract. Okay, so in previous slide we have seen which are the operations that can be performed. That operations along with certain rules, that is axioms, we have to write in the editing. Okay, so create is a function that will create a queue. So declare create and it will return a queue. Then add element in a queue and this function will return a queue. Delete the element from a queue and it will return a new queue, updated queue, from previous queue the element is deleted. So this delete queue function will return a updated queue. Then get front of a queue. So there is a difference in delete queue and get front queue operation. Delete queue deletes the element from a queue, where get front from a queue will return the front element of the queue. Okay, so it will return the front element from the queue. Is empty queue, whether the queue is empty or not, so it will return either yes or no. So return data type is boolean. So here we have declared the functions, basic functions that can be implemented on a queue. Now we'll start writing the axioms. Axioms are nothing but the rules that are used to specify the functions. Okay, so first rule is empty queue. Okay, so whether to check whether the queue is empty, sorry, is empty, and we are passing one function, create function, to this is empty queue. So just we have seen create function will declare a queue. Okay, it will just declare, create function will just declare a queue, it will not add the element. So it will just declare a queue. It means a memory will be allocated for a queue, but we have not yet inserted the element in a queue, so the queue is empty, and that's why this is empty. Passing this another function, create function, and it will return true. Okay, likewise is empty, add iq. So add iq will insert element I in a queue. It means that now we are adding at least one element by using this function, and then we are checking whether the queue is empty or not. Obviously queue is not empty now because there is at least one element inserted in a queue, so this function will return false. Then delete, and we are passing a function create. Okay, see here we are setting the axioms. So for a delete operation in create function, we have just declared the element, but we have not inserted the element in a queue. It means the queue is empty, there is no any element in a queue, and then we are trying to delete the element from a queue. Obviously this function should return error, this function should throw the error. Why? Because queue is just declared and there is no any element inside a queue. Likewise another delete axiom. So delete function, and we are passing add element in a queue as an argument to this function. So add element in a queue, it means we are adding one element, and we have added one element at least there, and we are performing a operation delete. It means at least one element is there and delete operation is performed now. So it will check if after deleting, if there is only one element and if that element is deleted, so it will check if the queue is empty, then just create a queue. Similarly, another operation is get front. So get front, and we are passing create as a argument to this get function. So create, again there is no any element inside a queue because we have just created the queue and we are checking the get front element in a queue. So this function should throw the error message that queue is empty or likewise. Again, get front function, and we are adding one element in a queue. It means now at least there is one element inside a queue. Okay, and whichever the element we have added, now that should return. If the queue is empty, then it should return, get function should return this I. Okay, so these are the some of the rules that we can set on a queue. Likewise, we can add few more axioms for a ADT. So this is the one way to write the ADT for a queue. See here. Okay, so even the max size is 5, it means 5 elements can be stored in, maximum 5 elements can be stored in a queue, but the index for the last position is 4. So that we are checking if rare is equal to max minus 1, then return 1. Return 1 means the queue is full, otherwise the queue is not full. So return 0, else return 0. So this is the is full operation. Now let's see the add operation on a queue. Add operation, this operation will insert the element in a queue if the queue is not full. Okay, and after inserting the element, before inserting the element, first we have to increment the rear pointer and then we will add the element. As we have set front and rear both initially as a -1. So first we have to increment a rear pointer whenever we add the element in a queue. Okay, so see, this is the just empty queue where front and rear both are set to a -1. So add function, we are inserting one element in a queue. Okay, so before that we have to check whether the queue is full or not. So here we will check if, and condition to if, we are calling here a function is full. In previous slide only we have seen the code for a is full operation on a queue. If the queue is full, then its full function will return 1. Okay, so if a queue is full, then here we are writing one message that error queue is full. If a queue is not full, then first we have to increment the rear pointer. See, here a rear is set to a -1. So whenever we are adding first element in this queue, that will be stored at queue of 0th position. Okay, so first we have to increment the rear pointer. So rear pointer will be incremented first. This is the pre-increment operator. So rear pointer will be incremented first. So queue of 1 is equal queue of 0 is equal to element. As rear is initialized to -1, after increment operation, rear will be set to a 0 and queue of 0 is equal to element 11. Here we are adding 11. So element 11 will be added at queue of 0th position. Likewise, consider one more time, suppose we are calling operation add 12. Again, it will check whether a queue is full. So as queue is not max minus 1, size is not reached or front is not reached to a max minus 1, so isFull function will return 0. So it will go in a else part, and here again a pre-increment operator is there. So rear pointer will be incremented. Now rear pointer will point to the value 1 and q of 1 will add 12 here as a next element in a queue. So this is the add operation in a queue. Now next, delete operation. Before delete operation, here we are considering that one more operator, one more element 13 is added in a queue, and so rear is pointing to the location 2 and front is pointing to the location minus 1 as it is. Okay, so delete operation will delete the element from the front end. Okay, in a queue we insert the element from a rear end. So whenever we insert the element in a queue, that time we increment the rear operator. Rear pointer, and whenever we delete the element from a queue, that time we increment a front pointer. Okay, so delete operation, again we will check whether the queue is empty or not. Like a isFull function, there is a one more function that is empty. It will check whether the queue is empty or not. So if a queue is empty, then this function, if the queue is empty, then in delete operation we have to give a message that queue is empty. If it is not empty, then first increment the front pointer here. Here initially front is pointing to a minus 1. So after pre-increment operation on a front will become 0 and q of 0, that is 11. So this function will return value 11. Okay, so this is the delete queue operation. So let's see the abstract for a queue. Okay, so class queue, declare, create, and create is a function. See, this is the one way to write ADT. Okay, there are many ways to write the ADT. This is one way to write a ADT. Okay, what is ADT? ADT is an abstract data type. So in ADT we just mention which are the functions that can be implemented on a data type, but how to implement that function, that part is hidden, and that's why it is called as abstract. Okay, so in previous slide we have seen which are the operations that can be performed. That operations along with certain rules, that is axioms, we have to write in the editing. Okay, so create is a function that will create a queue. So declare create and it will return a queue. Then add element in the queue and this function will return a queue. Delete the element from a queue and it will return a new queue, updated queue, from previous queue the element is deleted. So this delete queue function will return a updated queue. So here we have seen the basic operations. Is empty function, I just explained is empty function, but there are two conditions or how to check the is empty, whether the queue is empty or not. Okay, so is empty function will return whether the queue is empty or not. See, initially when we have initialized a queue, it means we just have created a queue. That time we checked that time we have assigned front pointer and rear pointer, both the pointers value as a minus 1. Okay, so initially when there is no any element inside a queue, the front is equal to rear is equal to minus 1, right? Now consider there is only one element in a queue. 14, we have deleted first 3 elements from a queue. So the front pointer is pointing to a 2 location 2 and rare is pointing to a location 3. And now the operation delete is performed. So as operation delete is performed, in delete operation the front pointer will be incremented. So front pointer is currently 2, so front pointer will be incremented, so front will become a 3 and it will return this 14 value as output of this delete operation. It means we have deleted this 14 from a queue, right? So after this operation, after this delete operation, both front and rear both will point to the location 3, right? And now if we check, there is no any element. So what is the condition to check whether the queue is empty or not? If front is equal to rear, then the queue is empty. Even at initially, we have declared front is equal to rear is equal to -1. So this is satisfying the that condition also. Okay. So if front is equal to rear, then return 1. It means the queue is empty. Otherwise, return 0. It means the queue is not empty. So here we have seen just which are the different operations that can be performed on a queue and the how to write the ADT for a queue and a C++ code for a queue. Thank you.